Hey girlfriends, welcome back to the channel for another video this week. If you're new to my channel, I'm GeranikaMycia, but all my friends call me G. And if you're a returning subscriber, thanks for coming back this week and clicking on my face. And if you haven't already, go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, and come back each week for weekly uploads. I get so many questions on how I shop pre-loved luxury items, and I just felt like I needed to come and tell you guys in detail how I find my luxury items pre-loved and my vintage items and stuff like that, because there's so many counterfeit items out there right now and a lot of people are selling fake items. So I just want to give you guys like the way I do it. Other people may shop other websites and do it different ways, but this is the way I find my pre-loved luxury and vintage pieces. So when I say pre-loved, that just means it was previously owned by someone else. And there's so many like websites nowadays that you can shop pre-loved. I would always say when you're shopping pre-loved, always start with websites that you can kind of like do reviews on. Always do your Googles, girl. Always. You always want to do Googles and make sure the reviews and the websites are legit. I have a list of things because if I don't read this list, I'm gonna just be all over the place and I will forget. So just a couple of websites that I shop with and recommend would be like Fashionfile, Poshmark. You can try doing private sellers, which I'm a private seller, girl. I'm gonna get into a little more detail in a minute. Different consignment shops. There's Tracy. Somebody just told me about Depop. I've never shopped with them, so I'm not gonna just jump off the porch and say, you know, go shop with them. There's so many places like Yogi's Closet. I've also have not shopped with them because when I was doing some research to buy something from them, I did not like the reviews. The reviews just were kind of negative, so I just stayed away from them. For like accessories and handbags, they have Rebag, which I shopped with them a while back when I went to New York, and this was before they were like really popping now, but they're also pretty legit. The prices, when I first started shopping with them, their prices were not that high. But let me just go back to the top of my list. So first we're going to start with Fashionfile. With Fashionfile, I feel like their prices are reasonable. They have great things. You can almost find anything on Fashionfile. They're always coming back in stock, which I absolutely love. They also have layaway. So basically you can put something on reserve and you can pay as you go. You have 60 days. I've never used the layaway option, but I feel like for people who are just getting into luxury items and you're looking to purchase pre-loved, that is a great like way to kind of save money and still get luxury items as you go. Also with Fashionfile, I love their return process. I believe you have 30 days long as you don't take off the tag, so you kind of get to get the item in your house, see if you like it, kind of like please don't pop the pink tag. Once you pop the pink tag, girl, the bag is yours. But you get to like see, and you don't have to rush, because I purchased something from Fashionfile and I wasn't sure about it, but I think I returned that bag on like the 20th day. I needed to make sure that I wanted the bag. But Fashionfile, I would definitely say they are legit. I've never had any problems with them. I would definitely suggest paying with PayPal. Anytime you're using these type of websites, if it's possible, I would definitely say pay with PayPal. I didn't have any problem with Fashionfile, but one of my friends purchased from Fashionfile and their order was canceled because something went wrong, and it was like they would recommend you pay with PayPal. So ever since that happened, I just paid with PayPal because, girl, the worst thing that could possibly happen to me is I find something on sale, the order gets canceled, and then I go back to buy it and it's sold out. So I would definitely say use PayPal. Also, I love the fact that you can kind of track items on Fashionfile. So let's say if I have something and I want to press the like button, I can keep watching it. Now with Fashionfile, soon as something come on the website, you cannot reserve it. I believe you have like 5 days to reserve it, which is still okay if somebody else don't buy it before you. But Fashionfile is just a great website, and lately I find myself scrolling on Fashionfile a lot. Now next on this list is the Real Real. Now if you've been over here on the channel, you've heard me talk about the Real Real. I haven't had the best experiences with the Real Real, but a lot of people have shopped with them and had no problems. Now, when I went to New York and I went to the Soho store, the Real Real in Soho, First of all, as I'm looking through things, everything seems to be like great quality, everything seems to be authentic, but the Real World, if you've been keeping up with them, they've been having a lot of issues with like authentication process and them kind of, I guess, lying about the authentication process. So like right now, I believe I have like a large amount of money, like a credit on the Real World, and I just don't know what to buy. I purchased a Saint Laurent ring from the Real World, got the ring, it was fake. I was just so annoyed. I just returned it. I didn't even go to customer service. I was like, I'm gonna just return it. So I still have a large amount of money on the Real World. I'm thinking about using the credit for like maybe something for houseware. I want a cream Hermes blanket, so I'm thinking about just maybe using the credit for that. I really don't know what I'm gonna do with the credit, but with the Real World, when I used to shop with them at the beginning, I had no problems. By me working in luxury retail at Saks, you get to see reals and you get to see fakes, so you kind of can distinguish which is which. Now to the untrained eye, honey, the Real World can get over on you very quickly. And with the Real World, I believe they give you 14 days to return. Some of the items are final sale, so you cannot return them. But I feel like the way they get people is they always have 20% off. Always. Now, I'm not saying I'm anti the Real World, don't shop there. I am just saying be very careful. If you never shop with the Real World, I would never buy something that is final sale because you cannot return it. You're just kind of stuck with the item if you don't like it. Yeah, they always have like deals and stuff. How like if you spend 1,000, you get 500. No, not 500. That's a reach. If you spend 1,000, they may give you 250 on your next purchase. If you spend 500, they may give you 50. So they always have deals and they always have sales. One thing I can say about the Real World, they do have amazing sales. Like great sales, but I just personally, where I'm at, I just don't trust their authentication process anymore. And I believe they have a lawsuit going on right now because something going on with the authentication over there, girl. That's all I'm gonna say. Next on my list of how to shop pre-loved, Poshmark. Now Poshmark is a great way to shop pre-loved and get your pre-loved on. Now with Poshmark, be very careful. You want to look, there's so many different sellers. So I like to shop, when I'm shopping on Poshmark, I look for a seller that has history, people that have left reviews and comments on their page. I like to see how long they have been active, when the last time they was online. I look at all of that. I try to find their Instagram, I Google their name, everything, because with Poshmark, I don't believe you can return those items. They don't say final sale, but in order to return something, you have to like open up a case and dispute it. I ain't got time for that. If I want my money back, I want my money back. Like, give me my monies, give me my coins. But with Poshmark, it's not like that. This takes me back to, a lot of you asked me, how do I shop vintage? I have been on Poshmark for a couple of years now, and I've met a lot of different people. That leads me to private sellers. I've met a lot of private sellers. When I say, anytime you hear me say I purchased something from a private private seller is just somebody who is selling something not on a platform. Like you're gonna send me a package and I'm going to pay you through Cash App or PayPal. Now, I would not suggest doing that with somebody you do not know. Every private seller I use, I have been dealing with these people for years, and it's to the point where I've kind of built this like little circle of private sellers. I like to sell to people that I know they won't scam me, they won't call a bank and like dispute the charges. So with private sellers, you have to be very careful. A lot of you ask, how do I get vintage pieces? I deal with the same 15 people that I know, and that we have like this group chat, and they'll put things in there. Oh, I know somebody who's selling this, she's legit. I know somebody who needs this. You have to be comfortable enough to do that. I would not say just jump out and do it, but a lot of luxury pieces that I have that are vintage, all through private sellers. Because when it comes to private sellers, I am like, I want to deal with my girl gang. Like, those are my girls, and these women are women from everywhere. Like one lady that I met maybe last year, she's from Australia, and y'all, this woman has so much stuff. I FaceTimed her one day because she was trying to sell me something, and she wanted me to feel comfortable, to know that it was authentic. This is the first time I ever purchased from her, and I met her through Poshmark. She had something on her Poshmark, but I saw that she wasn't active. So I really wanted the item, but I was like, I'm not about to buy it because I don't know if you're legit. So I end up emailing her, going back and forth for like a couple days and through email, and we FaceTime each other, and y'all, her closet was like crazy. And now to this day, we trade. She linked me with people, I link her with people, and voila, that's how I get a lot of vintage stuff. But yeah, I would not suggest you do that until you get like a little deep in this. I've been doing this for some years. I remember for a while I was thinking about doing this as a career, like finding stuff for people, but it just got to the point where it was just too much and people was always wanting me to find stuff. So now I'm just like, girl, no. Next, I see a lot of people buying from eBay. I'm not a big eBay girl. I don't trust eBay. I used to make purchase from eBay when I was like in college, but now it's just like I don't like the authentication process with eBay. I don't like that. Something about eBay just rubbed me the wrong way. It's very like, it's fishy, so I can't really speak too much on there, but they have a lot of stuff now. I don't buy luxury items from eBay, but I buy like other stuff from eBay. Like if they have like a Zara dress that I've been looking for 2 years and somebody's selling it on eBay, I'll purchase that. Once it comes to like a certain amount of money, I don't feel comfortable shopping on eBay. So I'm not going to sit here and tell y'all to shop eBay. If you feel comfortable, if you have shopped eBay, comment down below, let me know something. You can't convince me now, but let me know, because I don't know, eBay just is very sketchy to me, and I just rather not. Next on my list is Tracy. I think I told you guys I've never shopped with them before. I watch Brittany from Pockets and Bows. She said Tracy was like, I believe I'm saying it right, Tracy was like a go, so maybe I'm gonna be a little more open to shop with them now. And a couple of you guys DM'd me and told me that you purchased stuff from Tracy, so I'm open to them now. But how I will start, anytime I'm making a purchase on a new website, I never make a big purchase. I never make nothing over $1,000. I try to keep it 500 and less, because if I lose, trust me, I don't want to lose 500, but if I lose 5 on something that's just like, oh, I got scammed, I'd rather get scammed out of 500 than 1,500. So anytime I'm shopping a new website, I try to keep it below $500. But I'm definitely going to be a little more open to Tracy now that my girl said that it was a go. She gave me the green light, so now it's like it's time to put that computer to work and start scrolling. Next, I shop consignment shops. Now, consignment shops are basically like luxury thrift stores. I don't really know how to put it, but they're luxury thrift stores. You can find consignment shops everywhere now. I'm not a big thrift store girl because honestly, I just cannot take the smell. But with consignment shops, it's not as bad. I love the fact that I can find current pieces, you can find vintage, couture, everything. Now with consignment shops, the best consignment shops I have ever been to in my life thus far, I would have to say in New York. Oh my god, anytime I'm in New York, I just go crazy, like crazy. Also with consignment shops, you can definitely find deals. They have sales. You can trade your pieces in and get a credit to buy other things, which I love. And also, I believe you can also do that on Fashionfile. You can, if you have something in your closet, you can trade it in. They'll give you a credit and you can put it towards your purchase. And most consignment shops, you can do that. And also, I believe, I know one consignment shop I went to, I forgot the name of it. If I sell them something and I don't see nothing in store, they'll just let me have a credit, and if I go back, you can kind of like use it or whatever. Here in New Orleans, I shop UAL. I'm not sure if they have UAL everywhere. I know you can find them on Instagram at UAL Liquidators, I think. I'm not sure, but yeah, UAL is very good for like couture pieces. They have great couture pieces, and they have like, I love the fact, I love any consignment shop. They have like a one of one, something that's rare but you're not gonna find it everywhere. So consignment shops are fun. When I have time, they're definitely fun. When I go to Paris, I know I'm gonna lose my mind because I am gonna just girl girl. Okay, now that I told you guys all of the shops and places that I find pre-loved, I'm going to give you a couple of tips of when you find something, how to shop pre-loved. Tip number one is probably the most important tip, and that is look at the difference in the retail price and the pre-loved price. If the prices are a couple $100s off, I will always say, girl, unless it's like something that's rare, sold out, you can't find it nowhere, it's like a very piece that is a piece that you're like, I cannot leave, okay, then I understand, get it. But if you can buy it in the store retail price for like a couple $100s different, I will always say go retail, because with retail, you know, it's in pristine condition. You get the receipts, you get the tags, the boxes, nobody's ever worn it. And just because a lot of these places, I feel like on resale, sometimes when they have a price increase in retail price, pre-loved luxury always go up in price, especially Chanel. Next tip, I would say look at the condition of the bag. You always want to read the description to see to the T what's going on with the bag. You want to look at the pictures. If you're dealing with a private seller, you want to ask them to send you a video, you want them to send pictures, you want something very detailed on the description, because you don't want to get a bag that you, one, can't return, two, that once you get it, it doesn't look like the pictures. So always pay attention to the description. You want a bag that's in, I understand pre-loved is not going to be in pristine condition. You can get pieces in pristine condition. When I say pristine condition, I'm basically meaning something that is never used. It's just like straight out the box, the person probably didn't use it, didn't want it, they resold it. That's pristine condition. Now, a lot of items, I get it, you're not going to get it in pristine condition, but you don't want it beat up. Like with handbags, I would never buy a handbag that is worn, like the shape is worn, they have pulls and tears, the chains is faded. With a lot of pre-loved items, in the description it will say scratches at hardware. Me personally, I don't mind scratches at hardware. I don't want it to be like tarnished or just like completely destroyed, but scratches I don't mind, because it just makes it easier for me and I don't have to worry about scratching it because it's already scratched. But now if it's like horribly scratched, then okay, see if you can find something better. But the condition of the bag is something I always look at. I'm talking about, girl, zoom in, see what's going on, look at the description. Also look at the dimensions of the bag, because sometimes pictures can be deceiving and a bag may look big in a picture, but once you get it, it can be like a miniature bag. So do your research. Definitely get you a measuring tape. Girl, me, I be up in here measuring everything. Okay, how long is the bag, how wide, all of that type of stuff. You want to be you pay attention to close details when you're shopping pre-loved, because a lot of pre-loved things, like I keep saying, is final sale. You cannot return it unless you're dealing with certain websites. Next tip is authenticity, and is the seller or wherever you're getting it, is it legit? You always want to do research. You want to do Googles, YouTube, all of that, because let me tell you something. A lot of these places, they be selling fakes and probably don't know that they're fake. But I also feel like when it comes to authentication process, a lot of these companies, they're just trying to, they're in competition with each other, so they're just trying to like produce and get things out fast, like the Real World. That's why they scare me. If you've ever Googled or YouTube the Real World warehouse, it's just like, how in the hell do y'all authenticate all that stuff? It is huge. Their warehouse in Jersey is just like, it's massive, and I just don't understand. You with a warehouse that big, things have to fall through the cracks, because let me tell you something, I don't get it. I don't get it. Now when you're shopping from a private seller like Poshmark or eBay, or places that, or just a regular person, places that don't have like a big warehouse and all that type of stuff, I know with Poshmark they do authenticate your product once it's $500 and over. Anything under $500, Poshmark do not authenticate. So that's why with Poshmark I do like to buy things that are over $500 if I can, because I know it's going to be authentic, or if the person have like good reviews, which just take me back to always do reviews and look at reviews on the person, everything. I go to your Instagram, I'm going to see if you order back, everything. You just want to make sure what you're getting is authentic. This is one company I shopped with a couple of years ago. I think it's like Versal Collective or something like that. I purchased a handbag from them and the bag came from Italy. They said they authenticated the product. Once I got the bag, instantly knew the bag was fake, and I was so annoyed because there was like I couldn't return it. It was like final sale, but with that company, they don't, nowhere says final sale, but they wanted me to open up a dispute. I did all of that, and at the end it was just nothing. I was out of $700, and to this day, girl, I'm hurt about my $700. And that's another reason that after I got scammed out of that $700, that's what made me be very, very particular how I shop. And that's when I just created my own little circle, and we shop together. Now with the private sellers I use, anytime I buy something and I show it here on YouTube, I always ask them, do they want to be named? A lot of these women, they just don't want to be named. A lot of them, you probably know them from Instagram because they have like a lot of followers, but they just don't want to deal. And I get it, because honestly, I don't want people DMing me asking me to buy something from me, because it's just like a lot of trickery, a lot of city girl action going on, a lot of scamming going on around here. So until they say yes, or any one of them say, yeah, you can, you know, mention me, I'll sell to any and everyone. A lot of these women are no longer on any platform that they were on, like Poshmark or anything like that. So yeah, we could just kind of like sell within the group and branch out. It's crazy to me. I feel like I should have started a business like with this, because it literally started with me and one other person. I met somebody and introduced her, and just kept like, it grew like a tree. And now I feel like I know these women, and I feel like a lot of these women don't want to be mentioned because they're like older and they just don't have time for it. Next tip is seller reviews. I keep saying that. Do your reviews, see what other people is saying about the seller. If you can't find no reviews on the seller, or it's just like crickets, listen, anytime it's too good to be true, it's too good to be true. Follow your gut, because my gut told me that bag I purchased was fake. But guess what I did? I was like, $700, oh my god, that's a steal. My ass got scammed. So follow your, and even with that seller, she had no reviews, I still purchased the bag. Do reviews and follow your gut. Now, when it comes to pre-loved, you guys probably always hear me say, I love when something comes in its original packaging, like with the tags, dust bags, box, all that good stuff. That's because if you want to sell something, when you have the original packaging, it basically keeps the resale value pretty up there, especially if you have like Chanel. When you are buying and selling Chanel and you have the original boxes, tags, and all that, it's definitely gonna hold its resale value. So I low-key feel like I have been sitting up here rambling and just saying a lot of stuff. I hope that this video was helpful. For those who are gonna ask, I am currently not selling on Poshmark because I just don't have time to do clothes. I just rather just give clothes away. But for luxury items, anything like that, once I start selling again on Poshmark, I will. But lately, like I said, I have been trading most of my things and selling them through private sellers because it's just easier, and I like vintage stuff, and some of the stuff that I have, they want, and they have what I want. So I haven't really been shopping on Poshmark, but I really hope that this video was helpful. I hope that you got some tips. I pray, Lord Jesus, to the fashion guys, that none of my girlfriends get scammed, because y'all, I'm still hurt about that $700, baby. Like, oh girl, oh, and the bag, girl, I don't know what the bag had. Once I found out it was fake, girl, I just like, whatever. But like I said, I hope that this video was helpful, and if you have any questions, go ahead, comment down below. I'm definitely gonna try to answer all questions, and yeah, don't get scammed, girl, and come back next week for another video.